All right, so who are the top 30 under 30 Forbes List entrepreneurs? Okay, as you guys know, Forbes releases a list of 30 entrepreneurs that are reinventing how we shop on and offline, okay, in the retail and e-commerce space. So I just want to do a quick video covering some of the brands, some of the entrepreneurs that they chose, and also take a look at, you know, obviously their branding, take a look at their product category, take a look at their social media to see what we can learn and how we can improve our own e-commerce brands. All right, now if you're new here to my channel, my name is Samir Chibane. We start and scale e-commerce micro brands, as we like to call them, and I also host a e-commerce mastermind, which is the Micro Brand Accelerator. You guys can go ahead and check that out right below. For just a couple dollars a month, you can surround yourself with e-commerce entrepreneurs that are building the brands of tomorrow. Now, the first brand that I wanted to cover here is actually the second on the list, I believe, or just this one right here, okay? Adina's Jewels. And Adina's Jewels is honestly a pretty simple jewelry brand, okay? Nothing crazy, not rocket science. As you can see here, they're obviously pushing their holiday brands, but one thing I really liked, as soon as I land on their page, obviously you get some faces, you get some, you know, some clarity on exactly their style and their brand image. And then we can go ahead and see their, you know, their prices, right? So anywhere from $78 to like 50 bucks. So really their price range is like from like $50 to $100. They got everything from bracelets to necklaces to earrings and rings as well. And then we can also see their celebrity looks. So they obviously got, I believe this is Kylie or Kendall Jenner, Miley Cyrus, and I believe these are some TikTokers on here. You could see the brands that, or the magazines that they've been featured on. They got a blog, and then you can go ahead and learn more about the owner, right? The entrepreneur that's actually listed in the Forbes article. So their Instagram is obviously pretty big, and you know, it's really neat, right? Nothing, again, not rocket science. It's really just a mix of like product pictures, styling pictures, you know, featuring some different influencers and some different collabs that they've done. But again, the main thing that I really love here, that I always preach about, is faces, right? They got a lot of faces on here. And then we can also see their, actually this brand does not have a TikTok, or they don't really promote too much on TikTok, but the next jewelry brand that I got on the list is, okay, Dbl Jewelry, absolutely crushes on TikTok. But first, let's take a look at their store. And again, not rocket science, right? Something actually pretty simple. If we go to their homepage here, you can see they got, they're also obviously promoting their Cyber Monday sale, their holiday sales. But you could see here, it's really just about consistency for them. And I'm pretty sure that's how they built, you know, their trust and credibility with their customers, by constantly taking these product pictures on that gold background there. But from what I've noticed, their biggest sellers, their best sellers, are these healing crystal type of jewelry, anywhere from like necklaces to rings as well. A really unique style as well. They also do a lot of engraving, a lot of customization on their necklaces, like their personalized necklaces. But again, their price points are pretty similar to the first brand, anywhere from like 50 bucks to like $100 or so. So pretty, like, I don't want to call it like low ticket, because I consider low ticket like something under $50, but from 50 to 100, you're looking at like middle ticket, okay, for e-commerce products. So again, not rocket science, but what they do really well, what the founder does really well, is crush on TikTok. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and check out her TikTok. She has over 2 million followers, and her TikTok game is pretty simple as well. It's just really all about packaging orders, you know, reading the order summaries or the order notes that people leave behind. So kind of attaching a story to every single purchase that people make. And her, like, in the office, her making the jewelry as well. So really you can see TikTok does not have to be, you know, like a Hollywood production. It can simply be just pure, raw, unedited content that is really native to the TikTok platform. So make sure you check out her TikTok. You can learn a lot and about how simple she keeps it. And when we take a look at her, her Instagram as well, pretty similar to the first one as well, right? All about product pictures, right? Influencer pictures, rocking the pieces, and then that's pretty much it. Okay, so a whole lot of product pictures, as you can see here, but the most important thing, okay, is consistency. And that's exactly what we break down in the Micro Brand Accelerator. Is how do you know, set a brand image, a brand personality, and really stick to it to garner that trust and credibility with your target demographic. Okay, so the biggest mistake that people make is always changing their brand colors, their brand fonts, their brand voice, and therefore prospective customers are always worried about, you know, inconsistencies, and inconsistencies really breed fear in the purchasing process. So again, consistency, main way to garner that trust and credibility with your target demographic. All right, now the third brand that I wanted to cover is actually a bikini brand called Frankie's Bikinis. Okay, now it's hard to imagine, but every single year, pretty much like every month, there's a new bikini brand that just blows up. And I guess this is one of the latest ones right here. You can go ahead and check out their collections. I guess they also sell a little bit of dresses and rompers, you know, loungewear and knits, matching sets. So they have some clothing as well, but I'm certain that it started off as a bikini brand. So, you know, really a lot of bikini brands tend to sell the same exact bikinis, just with a little twist, with a little bit of a different brand personality, and, you know, trying to target a different demographic. But at the end of the day, it's really just all about content. You know, and she also has a huge TikTok following on here as well. So you can learn a whole lot more about her. And again, all about influencers wearing the pieces. Okay, Q&As, I believe she does a lot of promos, fittings. So again, not rocket science, just really all about consistency. Okay. So then we move on to her Instagram. She has a lot more of an Instagram follower base, 1.2 million followers. And you could see yet again, all right, just really all about product pictures, consistent product pictures, consistent influencer photos. And that's really all about it. Okay, that's one of the main ways these brands are crushing, is all about quality content and building a massive influencer network. Okay, and in the Micro Brand Accelerator, I actually lay down our whole influencer network system, which is how we started and scaled an influencer network that's amounted to, I believe, like the last time I checked, 200 million followers across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube as well. So it's pretty simple, as long as you kind of, you know, focus on building a relationship rather than just making it transactional with these influencers. Okay, it's all about how can we work together for the long term. And once you really start thinking like that, then, you know, you'll be able to start building your influencer network as well. So the last brand that I wanted to cover here is Topicals. Okay, I believe this is the fourth or fifth brand, but Topicals, it's a skincare brand. And you can see this is like a more of a, honestly, I've been following this brand for a while. It's a lot more raw. It's a lot more real in terms of like their skincare type of content. Like, you know, you could see women with massive scars, you know, overweight with stretch marks. And that's really who they're trying to garner to, like, you know, people that accept their imperfections, as opposed to a lot of skincare brands that just tend to focus on perfection and, you know, making people feel insecure to buy their products. While here they're like, hey, it's okay if you have damaged skin, stretch marks, you know, if you're overweight, whatever, like, doesn't matter the color of your skin. Like, this skincare right here is all organic, you know, it's also herbal, I believe, as well. And you know, it can treat any type of skin. So their price points are, I believe, pretty average. So you can see here anywhere from like $30 to like, you know, $60 kits, or you can get like the whole set for $100. So one thing I really love about this brand is they kept their product line pretty minimal, so they don't overwhelm their customers, and also just they tend to focus on perfecting their current formulas. So rather than constantly releasing a bunch of different skincares. So make sure you check them out. Their Instagram honestly is pretty cool. Like you could tell they actually go above and beyond for their content, but again, that's because they've been around for, I believe, like a year or two. So they've consistently stepped up their content, and again, I've been following them for a while, so I've watched them grow and grow over the past year or two. Even though they don't have that many followers, I could tell they still, you know, they've built an avid follower base, and they definitely still crush. So a lot to learn from them, especially with the unique skincare type of packaging. Like you don't see a lot of skincare come in these tubes right here. So they've definitely done that part well in terms of packaging. You know, packaging is a huge part of your brand experience. So make sure you don't skip over that. Make sure you put some thought and analysis behind it, because it really shows in your content. Now, the last brand that I wanted to touch was this one right here, Balance Atletico. Okay, also on the 30 under 30 female-owned brand. Really all about, you know, looking good in your athletic wear. Okay, so you can see here, for example, like these girls are wearing leggings and workout bras and stuff like that, but they still got their heels on. So they're kind of trying to merge, you know, athletics with like you know, a little bit of fashion. But at the same time, like not rocket science, right? Literally just basic leggings for $85. I mean, let's be real. We can find these on Amazon. We can find them on Fashion Nova, but their branding is really what's doing the majority of the work. And I'm sure the quality of their products as well, but like they just started expanding their products to also target men as well. When they first started off, they were just women-based, women-focused type of products, but you know, why not expand into males as well? All right, but then they might start trying to compete with like Gymshark and whatnot. So who knows? Maybe it's a plus, maybe it's a negative, especially if they're having to spend a lot more money targeting men to compete with brands like Gymshark or Bradley Martin's brands, or you know, the brand that Kevin Hart was sponsoring, like Fabletics, I believe it's called. So we'll have to see, but their Instagram also pretty cool. Okay, just really all about product pictures, right? Influencer shots, rocking their brands, promos and stuff like that. So you can see really the similarities between all these brands. It is not rocket science. It is literally based around a core message, a great brand story, you know, quality products, quality content, and obviously consistency with adding more faces, right? Making the brand more familiar to their target consumers, and not really stepping out of line. Okay, and we also notice, right, their key price points from $50 to $100, or you know, the majority of them also had some products under you know, around the $30 mark. So that seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of these brands that were featured on the 30 under 30 list. But there's also a lot of softwares that, you know, are meant for e-commerce brands like Standard AI, or forum brands, I believe is like a blog. And there's a couple different softwares on here, but highly recommend you guys go through these entrepreneurs, read their story, learn what they've went through to, you know, build their companies, build their brands, and at the same time just really just see how possible it is, right, for somebody to just pick a product category, whether it be the fitness niche, jewelry niche, you know, skincare niche, and just start something new, but notice how they start picking up traction after they've really developed their brand personality, their brand persona. And none of these are drop shippers, okay? All these are putting their customer first, enhancing their customer experience, putting out quality product, and all in all, just putting the customer first. So that's what we like to focus on with our e-commerce brands. We don't believe in rushing to, drop ship some products for tiny razor thin margins. We want to, really put in the effort and focus to build brands that are going to be here for the long term. And the best way to do that is by making sure that you're doing it right from the start, okay? A lot of people kind of skip the fundamentals of brand building and doing the target market research and really putting their brand persona and their brand guides together, and just try to rush to the Facebook ads and the sales aspect, which is definitely the most exciting part. But I'll tell you what, everything that we've covered here in this video is what makes the Facebook ads, the TikTok ads, the sales possible, okay? So it's a front-loaded business model, and I highly recommend you guys just check us out in the Micro Brand Accelerator. Click that link below. I'll see you inside. But besides that, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment below with your favorite brand from this list right here, or maybe another brand that you've been watching. Make sure you ring that bell, okay? So you can get the notifications on the videos. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.